So unit 3. So unit 3. So that is called transformer. Okay. So this transformer first. So what is meant by transformer? So we have to discuss first what is meant by transformer. You know, well, the transformer is a static device. It's not having any rotating parts. Okay, it is a static device. It is not having any rotating parts. Okay, transformer is a device that transfer the electrical energy from one circuit to another circuit. Okay, transformer is a device. It is a static device. Okay, it is not having any rotating parts. Okay, and it is not a generator. Try to consider this is not a generator. Just transfer the energy from one circuit to another circuit. Try to consider transformer just like a mediator between a load and source. Okay, in your domestic applications. So your domestic applications, your house is connected from the transformer only. Okay, your house is connected from the transformer. This transformer secondary terminals for distribution 230 volts. The output of the secondary side of the transformer is called 230 volts. That secondary line is called the transmission line, distribution line is operating 230 volts. So that is from transformer secondary side is connected to the transmission line. Transformer secondary side terminals are connected to the transmission line, and that from the transmission lines we are taking the power. Okay, that means indirectly our home is connected to the secondary side of the transformer. Okay, so the main important of the transformer is it's a step down the voltages. It's a monitor the voltages. Okay, so our household applications that is called a TV, fan, refrigerator, okay, cooler, or whatever it may be, is are operating. So maximum voltage reading 230 volts only. Okay, 230 volts. So how to maintain this 230 volts? By giving how to give the 230 volts to these devices by using transformer only. Okay, from the transmission line at a generating stations. Okay, in generating stations, whether it's called thermal power plants, hydro power plants, nuclear. Okay, these are the power plants. Different type of power plants are there in for example, in thermal power plants, NTPC, Ramagundam NTPC. Am I right? So the power can be generated by using different type of generators in the range of different levels. Okay, maximum voltages. For a single generator, maybe 11 kV. 11 kV voltage can be generated by using 11 kV, 11,000 volts generated by using single generator. Okay, that voltage can be stepped up. Okay, by using transformers, this voltage is increased to 11 kV to 22 kV. Okay, and again 22 kV to 33 kV by using these transformers only. Okay, by using these transformers, the power, the voltage levels are increasing at the generating stations. At the generating stations, the voltage levels are increases to 11 to 22 kV, 22 to 33 kV. Okay, 33,000 volts. Okay, 22,000 volts. 11 to 22, 22 to 33, 33 T, 66 kV. Like that, so the voltage levels are increasing. Okay, and these voltage levels are increasing and given to the substation and substation to the transmission lines. Okay, so from generators to generations to transformers, and transformers, that is called substation, a substation to transmission lines. Okay, I think you are known that is called transmission lines. Okay, three big transmission tower, power transmission. Okay, that is having a number of conductors are there in the power transmission. That is the operating range of the transmission lines is a very high. That is called 132 kV, okay, 220 kV, 765 kV. That is the voltage range. Okay, so why? Because this much of voltage is increasing in means to reduce the losses. Okay, by using this transformers only, it is possible to increase the voltage levels. Okay, at the generating stations by using this transformers only. But at the generating station, only 11 kV or 22 kV generated by using generator. But this voltage can be increases to 132 kV or 765 kV, 220 kV by using this transformers only. So in this way, the transformers are increasing the voltage levels from generating station, and after that the power is transmitted by using transmission lines, and then that 132 kV2. So we have to decrease the voltage levels by using the transformers only. By using these transformers, the voltage levels are decreasing, and then that voltage levels are decreasing means that voltage level is decreasing by using transformers connected to the our domestic applications. Because of our domestic applications, fans, TVs, coolers is operating voltage level 230 only. Okay, 230 voltage only. So if you are giving the higher voltage, that is called 11 kV to the with TV or fan. So whatever the insulation failure, and then your TV or fan damages. Okay, that's why to control the voltage levels, this transformers are used. Okay, for domestic applications, for industrial applications. Okay, so these transformers are generally used for agriculture purpose. Also, the transformers are used to transmit the power from one station to another. Okay, the transformers are generally used to control the voltage levels. Okay, transformer is a static device. It transfers the energy from one circuit to another circuit. So transformer is not a energy conversion device. Remember, transformer is not a energy conversion device. Transformer internally there is maybe a energy conversion device. Okay, so this transformer is electrically isolated, magnetically coupled. Electrically isolated, but magnetically coupled with the transformer. Okay. Yeah. So from primary to secondary, this isolation, but this magnetically coupled. Okay. Inside of the transformer, there is a energy conversion. Inside of the transformer, there is a energy conversion. Yeah. This is a transformer inside. This is called winding. Okay, transformer winding. So here energy is converted to electrical to magnetic and magnetic to electrical. Okay, this is called primary side. Primary, this energy is converted to electrical to magnetical. It's called this core, and magnetic to and electrical. Like this, energy is conversion is internally, but externally there is no energy conversion. Okay, the transformer is electrically isolated. These two circuits are isolated. No? This electrically isolated but magnetically coupled. Transformer is called as electrically isolated device but magnetically coupled device. Its primary and secondary are looks like isolation but magnetically coupled circuits. No? Okay, this is called transformer. This is called transformer inside of this construction. So I will explain. Construction can easily understand that concept. So here, so first, and also the transformer is not a generating device. It's not a energy generating device. That means it's not a power amplifier. Power amplifier means increasing the voltage levels. Okay, that means a transformer input output power is same. Okay, yeah, power input side of the power transformer power and output side power both are same. Okay, here power is nothing but V1 I1. Here power is nothing but V2 I2. Both powers are same. Okay, that means transformer is not a power amplifying device. Understood? It is not increasing the power levels. It's clear? Power not increased by using transformer. Just is increasing the voltage levels. Okay. So that means you have a doubt. Why if you are increasing the voltage levels, that means power is proportional to V. You have a doubt. The power is proportional to V into I. The voltage increasing means power is also increasing. So we are thinking with it. But power, the multiplication of V into I is constant. So power is equal to V into I into cos pi. Even though if you are increasing the voltage, the current levels are decreasing. Okay, voltage levels increasing means current level decreasing. Then resultant voltage angle and multiplication of voltage and current will be constant. Input side and output side, the voltage and current multiplication is constant, even though voltage increasing or decreasing. Okay, if the voltage increasing means current is decreasing. If the current is increasing means voltage decreasing. Okay, that is the concept of the power transformer. If the V1 I1 is equal to V2 I2. Okay, so if for example if it is step up transformer means the V2 is higher compared to V1 for step up transformer. Secondary voltage is very high compared to primary. That means the power level is not increasing. So multiplication of V2 I2 is constant, same as V1 I1. Okay, multiplication of V1 I1 primary side, multiplication of V2 I2 secondary side is constant only. Okay, even though voltage increasing means current it is decreasing. Okay, to maintain the constant power, if voltage increasing means current is decreasing. Okay, this is the concept That means transformer is not a power amplifier and transformer is not a generator. Okay, transformer just voltage increasing or decreasing purpose, only step up the voltage levels or step down the voltage levels only. Okay, understood. And here transformer classification of transformers, there are different types of ways the transformer can be classified. Classification based on application. Classification based on application, that's called step up transformer, step down transformer. Based on application, step up, some applications step up transformers are required, some applications step down transformers are required. Okay, so only it's based on the classifications of the transformers are like this: step up transformer and step down transformer. Then classification based on construction. Okay, the transformer is constructed two ways like this: core type transformer and shell type transformer. Transformer is constructed like this: core type and shell type. Okay, so in upcoming classes we can easily understand. So what is meant by core type, what is meant by shell type? Okay, upcoming slides. The classification based on construction is called core type transformer and shell type transformer. Classification based on application, step up and step down transformer. These are the two classification, and also the classification based on number of phases also. Okay, the classification of transformers, the number of phases also, it can be classified into single phase transformer, and a three phase transformer. Classification of transformer can be done by based on base phases also, single phase transformer and a three phase transformer, and another based on location. Classification based on location of transformer, that is called indoor type transformer. Okay, and outdoor type transformer and station transformer. Okay, indoor type transformer, outdoor type transformer, and a station transformer. Okay, this is called classification based on location of the transformer. Okay, like this the transformer can be classified. Okay, and then coming to the transformer construction. Transformer construction, here different parts of the transformers are shown in figure like this. So this is called a transformer core. Okay, this is called a transformer core. This transformer core, this can be classified into limb and yoke. Okay, this is called generally it's called this vertical one. Verticals are called this vertical. This is called vertical. This vertical is called as a limb. Okay, this is called limb. Vertical core. The vertical core is called limb. Okay, this is called limb. Generally, it's called limb. And the horizontal one is called horizontal core is called yoke. This is called yoke. So here yoke. Here yoke. This horizontal one is called yoke. Okay, and this is called vertical is called limb. This is called inside of the transformer. I'm not explaining here outside transformer. Here in this slide, I'm explaining what is the inside of the transformer. Here this is called core. Main part of this transformer is called a core. Okay, transformer core is plays major role, and also winding. Okay, the winding plays major role in the transformer. Okay, so this core is core is not made by single solid material. Okay, this core of the transformer is not made by single solid material. It's a different type of sheets. Okay, different type of sheets are placed together. So different type of strips. Okay, these are different type of strips are placed together and then form like this core. Okay, it's not a single solid type material because of to reduce the losses. Eddy current losses can be reduced by using eddy current losses. You can understand further classes. Okay, this eddy current losses can be minimized by using this like this laminated core, by using laminated. So in between each strip, some insulation will be used. Okay, in between strips, in between sheets, some amount of small amount of insulation is used. So because of that, there is a circulating currents can be minimized. So here circulating currents are there, but because of this laminated core, the circulating currents can be avoided, or there is circulating current can be limited by using laminating core. By using laminating core, the circulating currents can be limited. Understood? This means circulating current is limited means, so that means eddy current losses can be minimized by using laminated core. Understood? And this is called winding. Okay, this is called winding. This is called also winding. The generally winding of the transformer is called copper winding. Okay, Winding of the transformer is called copper winding. Generally, copper winding by using copper, the transformer winding is designed by using copper winding. So generally, so primary and secondary based on connection of the source and its load. Okay, based on the connection of the source and load only, this we can say that primary and secondary. Okay, transformer is a two-port network. Okay, it is called as a two-port network. Okay, if we, for example, the load is connected to here and the source is connected to here, then transformer is working properly. Okay, transformer is, even though source and the loads are interchanging. Okay, the load, this is called load. Okay, and this is called source. If the source here and the load here, by interchanging the source and load, this transformer is working. That's why it's called a transformer is called as a two-port device, two-port network, two-port network. Okay, the transformer is even though if the source and the loads are interchanging, the transformer is working properly. That means the transformer is called as a two-port device here. Understood? Here input is two terminals, here output is two terminals. This is called one port. This is called primary side and this is called secondary side. This is called one port and this is called another port. That's why the transformer is called two-port device. And also static device is not having any rotating parts, and it's called primary and secondary is based upon source and load. If the source is connected to the, so this side, that's why it is called primary. If the source is connected to the secondary side, if it is called primary winding. Okay, if the source, this source V1 is connected to the here, this become primary winding. Secondary winding is called, load side is called secondary side, secondary winding. Source side is called primary winding. Source side primary, load side is called secondary winding. If the load is connected here, and this can be considered as a secondary winding. The source is considered here, this can be considered as a primary winding. Understood? And also this transformer, this generally this core is made by silicon steel or iron or silicon steel or CRGO. Okay, cold rolled green oriented steel. Generally, by using silicon steel, this transformer core is manufactured by using silicon steel. Okay, silicon, by using silicon, by using iron also. Okay, mild steel also. Okay, iron, mild steel. By using this silicon, generally silicon. Okay, because of silicon is having high permeability. Am I right? High permeability, low reluctance. Okay, low reluctance. Why? Because the why silicon is used in a transformer means because of the high permeability, low reluctance. Low reluctance. Okay, reluctance. For magnetic point of view, it can be called as a reluctance. For electrical point of view, that is called resistance. Resistance from electrical point of view. For magnetic point of view, reluctance. Okay, opposite the changes in flux is called that's called reluctance. In the circuits, the resistance is called opposite the change current. Opposite the current is called resistance. Here opposite the current flux is called reluctance. So here the flux is called your primary flux, and this is called secondary flux. Your primary side and this is called secondary side. So your primary side, the flux links to the transformer secondary winding through transformer core only. From core, okay, the transformer flux links to the secondary winding. Okay, this way the transformer construction is like this. So, and then, so this is a complete circuit diagram of the transformer here. This is called a transformer tank here. Transformer tank. This is called transformer tank. Okay, so this is called a transformer tank. In this transformer tank, this winding, primary winding, and this is called winding. Primary winding, this winding, and second winding. This is called, this core is placed inside of the transformer tank. Okay, this core, total complete winding, this called core is placed complete inside of the transformer tank only. This is called transformer tank. This transformer tank. This is called transformer tank. In this tank, this winding core is placed here. This is called winding. Okay, so winding here, this is called winding, primary winding and secondary windings. Okay, placed here. So the transformer core is placed in a transformer aisle. This is called transformer aisle. Okay, this is called transformer aisle. This transformer aisle, the transformer core and windings are placed here. Okay, so why? Because the transformer aisle is used to insulation and also cooling purpose also. The transformer winding, for example, if the transformer is operating, uh, throughout the day. That means 24 hours transformer is operating. Am I right or not? The transformer is operating 24 hours means there is losses must be there. Because of that losses, there may be heat is developed. Okay, so this winding having some resistance. Am I right or not? The transformer is having some winding. The winding having some resistance. Am I right? There is the winding. The winding having some resistance, that is called resistance R. So because of this, I1 scale into R, that is called copper losses. I scale into R. The amount of small losses takes place in the transformer primary winding. Similarly, winding in secondary. This losses is dissipated in the form of heat. Okay, so that the heat is dissipated into the atmosphere. How it is possible? By using oil only. By using oil, this heat is transferred to the atmosphere. So like this, if the oil is circulating to the this tubes, okay, these tubes are pipes. So the transformer oil is circulating to the atmosphere through a like this. Okay, through these pipes, the oil is heated up, and then the oil is circulating in this pipes, and then it's cooled and come back to the transformer into the circuits again. That's why the transformer oil is used for cooling purpose, not lubrication. Transformer oil is not used for lubrication purpose, only for cooling purpose. Understood, everyone? So the transformer winding is placed here. Okay, there's operating throughout the day. That is called 24 hours is operating. Because of that, the heat is increasing. I scale loss because of winding loss. Okay, heat is increasing. Because of that heat, transformer winding is increasing. So because of that heat, the transformer oil is also increasing. Heat is increasing, and then heat is dissipated so into the atmosphere by using these tubes. Okay, so in this way, the transformer heat can be decreased. When the transformer heat is increasing, if the transformer heat is increasing, so there may be a efficiency of the transformer is decreases. The transformer heat is increasing means losses are increasing. So the transformer is not operating if the transformer heat is increases. Okay, that's why the transformer must and should be cooled. Then only it's working properly. Otherwise, damages. Okay. Otherwise, the efficiency of this transformer is decreasing. This heat is increases to very high level, and also it is not safe if the transformer temperature increases very high level. And here this is called bushings. This is called high voltage bushing. Okay, this is called high voltage bushing means this is connected to the terminal connections means outside transmission lines is there, distribution or transmission lines. The transmission line, this is called line, is connected to the transformer inner side of the winding of the transformer through bushings. Okay, by using bushings, this is called bushing means insulator. This is called just like an insulator. Insulator, this is isolate the transformer tank and wind this connecting wire, this terminal wire. So this bushing is isolate the transformer tank and this connecting wire. So like this transformer winding is connected. Understood? In this way, the winding is connected to the transformer outside terminals through the bushings. Because of so to isolate this transformer tank, and because of there may be short circuit. Okay, if you're not using properly these bushings, there may be short circuit between transmission line and this transformer tank. Okay, so to avoid that short circuit, this can be placed in bushing. By using bushings, it can be used like this. And this is called conservator. This so conservator is maintain the oil level in the transformer. Okay, so if the heat is increases, means it is evaporating. When the heat is increasing and it is decomposed into gas, right? The oil is decomposed into the gas, and then the transformer oil level is decreasing in the transformer tank. Okay, when heat is increasing, so it is converted to gas, and the transformer IL level is decreases. When IL level decreases to how to maintain the IL level in the transformer means by using conservator. By using conservator, the transformer IL is maintained within the level. Understood? By using this conservator tank, okay. So this transformer IL can be maintained. And also this is called Bacal's relay. Bacal's relay is used to protect the transformer. If any fault is occurred inside of the transformer, that fault can be detected by using this relay, Bacal's relay. Okay, and so here, so this is the transformer inside. So this is called bushings, low voltage bushings. Okay, low voltage bushings are this called terminals. Okay, terminals. By using the terminals, the transformer winding is connected. It's called a three-phase transformer. This three-phase transformer. So here winding, okay, here winding, and here also winding, here also winding. Okay, this is called three-phase winding. Here R phase, Y phase, B phase like this. This three phases are connected so like this. Okay, R phase, Y phase, B phase. This is called laminated core, and this is called low voltage bushings. Okay, this is called, for example, low voltage. And step up transformer, for example, step up transformer means low voltage or high voltage. So low voltage terminals are connected here, and high voltage terminals are connected here. Okay, so secondary terminals, this color. So here phase neutral, that is called. So these two terminals are this is called neutral wire. This is called one phase wire. So this phase wire is nothing but this is called one of the phase, and this is called one of the phase. This is called one of the phase. This is called low voltage bushings. This is for low voltage. So insulation level. So this is called bushings. This is called insulators. Insulator requirement is less. For high voltage bushing, the high voltage insulation more. High voltage for high voltage is insulation is more. Okay, this is called oil tank of transformer oil tank, and this is called laminated core. This is called laminated core, and this is called tank. In this tank, this is called transformer oil. Here, this transformer oil, and this is called cooling tubes. Okay, try to consider, try to observe this transformer outside. Okay, this type of tubes are there or not. Try to observe outside transformer. This type of tubes are available or not. These tubes are used to cooling the winding of the transformer. By using these tubes, it can be cooled winding, heating temperature of the winding of the transformer can be cooled by using this cooling tubes. By using oil, transformer oil. Transformer oil is not used for lubrication. If any rotating part is there, generally there is maybe a use of lubrication. But as a transformer is a static device, there is no rotating parts. That's why it's not used for lubrication, only for cooling or insulation or cooling. Understood? And this is called low voltage windings and high voltage winding. Generally, low voltage winding places are near to the transformer core. This is called transformer core. Here, this is a low voltage winding, and this is called high voltage winding. So low voltage winding placed near to the core, and high voltage winding placed next of low voltage winding, because of insulation requirement. If the low voltage winding is placed near to the core of the transformer, the insulation requirement is less. If the high voltage winding is placed near to the core of the transformer, insulation requirement is more. That's why first low voltage winding, after that high voltage winding is placed on the transformer core. This is called low voltage and this is called high voltage. Understood? This is the construction of the transformer, and then try to consider here construction of the transformer. Core is made up of laminations to reduce the eddy current losses. I'm already explaining this concept. So core is laminated. So by laminated core, it is possible to reduce the eddy current losses. Eddy current losses can be minimized by using laminated core. This like this. Okay, the core is laminated like this. So it is having different type of strips or sheets. This is called E-tape. Okay, this type these are placed like this manner. Okay, and this is called E-tape. So this is called E-tape and I-tape. Sometimes L-type shape. Okay, L-type shape, E-tape shape, I-tape shape. By placing this all strips, okay, here, and this transformer core can be made. Okay, like this transformer is designed, and by placing like this, the transformer eddy current losses can be minimized. So the thickness of this each lamination thickness of the lamination is usually 0.4 mm. So 0.4 mm. So in this each sheet, that's the insulation is used to reduce the eddy current losses. Okay, by using this, there is no current here in the between these two sheets. Some amount of insulation is used, because of that current is not going in this. Okay, current is not circulating in this transformer core. That's why eddy current losses can be minimized. Okay, so I'm already explained. Primary winding is placed near to the core, and lateral secondary winding is placed because of insulation requirement. Okay, if the low voltage winding placed near to the transformer core, low insulation is required. The high voltage winding placed next lateral to the low voltage winding, then insulator requirement is less. If you are designed like this, if your high voltage winding placed near to the transformer core, the insulation requirement is more. But this is generally it is called as a shell type transformer. So I will explain later class. So what are the different type of losses? Okay. So construction of the transformer, the coil winding are wound on the limbs. So limb, this is called shell type transformer. See here, three limbs are there, two yokes are there. This is called yoke, and this is also yoke. Okay, this is called yoke, and this is called yoke, and here limb and limb and limb. Three limbs and two yokes. Okay, understood? So, and these limbs are insulated from each other. Okay, here this is windings are insulated. Here this winding and this winding all are insulated from each other. Understood? So this is about today.